and we're talking about fertility. So there's a fertility clinic in Cleveland that had an incident, and in this incident, many embryos that was frozen embryos were destroyed. And this is a scary thing for many people. I'm pretty sure it's over 1,000 families that are affected by this incident that happened in Cleveland. So let me just tell you what happened. More than 3 weeks after a tank failure, a fertility center in Cleveland, the University Hospitals Fertility Center, is now saying 4,000 frozen eggs and embryos were lost, twice the number the hospital initially reported. So a long-term storage tank containing liquid nitrogen in the University Hospitals Fertility Center in Cleveland experienced an apparent equipment failure over the past weekend, allowing the temperature to become warmer than it should. As a result, many of the eggs and embryos, some of which have been stored for decades, may no longer be viable. So this is really scary stuff. And the reason this is really scary stuff is because there are women everywhere have been, having their embryos frozen because they want to have kids in the future, right? And this is something super sacred. And this is actually one of them situations, one of those concepts that you don't even think about until things go wrong, and you're like, holy shit, this is super important, and I'm really afraid. Not really afraid, I'm really upset that this is happening, right? Because I'm going to give you a scenario, not a scenario. This is a real life story of a family that had literally, this was their source of having children. So despite 11 miscarriages, that is bravery, that is dedication, that is effort, like personified. 11 miscarriages and you still going. Just good for you, right? Good for you. So despite the 11 miscarriages, Wendy and Rick had 2 healthy children with the help of the University Hospital Fertility Center, but now there is no hope of using their frozen embryos to have a third child, right? And understand, like, this is not something that you just go to the hospital and you're like, yeah, let me freeze my eggs. This is an entire procedure that you have to do. You have to pay a shit ton of money. A lot of the times this is not entirely covered by insurance. It's super expensive to get your eggs frozen and then go and get the actually, if you want them implanted and if you want to have a baby with those frozen eggs, this is an insanely expensive process, right? And it's not easy to get your eggs frozen. It's not easy, but it's also not difficult. So if you need to do it, please do it. This is definitely an aberration. This is not happening often in many different fertility clinics. What I'm trying to say is, it's a long process. It's an expensive process, and it's a heartful process. Understand this. A lot of women that do this is women that don't have a partner, that want to make sure that they're able to have a kid later in life. Many of these women can't have babies, mind you, the 11 miscarriages, right? So this is an important thing, very important. So when shitty situations like this happen, when 4,000 embryos are instantly unusable, it doesn't just, is horrible for the woman that came in. This is horrible for their entire families, right? This is horrible for the future of our country. A lot of people a lot of women who don't want to have a partner or want to do it on their own time, with their own will, right? Get their careers going, have planned their entire life that this is the age I want to get pregnant, and this is when I want to do it, where I want to do it, and how I want to do it. These are the kind of women we would love to have more children. So if these situations make it impossible, this shitty situation makes it impossible for that woman to have her own children, it sucks. It just sucks.